Hello, this is Regina. My next video is on logic and style question. Here, one must read into the sentence very carefully and think about each word. When you read, try to imagine the situation from the author's point of view. At no time must you bring in your own opinion. Let's check out the strategy here. I want you to note that you have not seen the entire passage. Let's read this together. So you don't really have the entire passage, but simply lines 39 to 40. He's going to turn into something, I thought. And immediately after that, he says, a lesson. He's going to turn into a lesson, perhaps, a moral, a life principle, a way. So the narrator is suggesting that Lewis is sometimes turning into somebody who gives a lesson. Now let's go back and look at the answer choices, and I did not cover the answer choices this time as I did with my other video. Something that is more like a lesson, and choice D appears to be the best fit if you knew the meaning of all of the words. Next one, in lines 1 to 5, starting with it unrolled and ending in north. The map is described as if it were, let's read this, it unrolled. It unrolled slowly, forced to show its colors, curling and snapping back whenever one of us turned loose. The whole land was very tense. The land was tense. Until we put our 4 steins on its corners and laid the river out to run for us through the mountains 150 miles north. Well, from the question, we gather that they're describing the map, and very tense, and it alludes to something that is living. Especially the tense part. So the map is described as if it is animal-like. Remember what I said at the beginning. At no time during your reading must you bring in your own opinion. One more. In context, Bobby's remarks in lines 63 to 66, starting with they, and it's right over here, they, ending with passes. Now, because you haven't seen the entire passage, I thought I'd bring a little bit more in. So I brought in the whole paragraph. And let's read that. Bobby Tripp was there. Across from me, he had smooth thin hair and high pink complexion. I knew him least well of others at the table, but I liked him a good deal, even so. So what it means, paraphrasing my reading, is that Bobby Tripp had smooth thin hair, and the narrator didn't know him really well but still liked him, and Bobby Tripp is pleasantly cynical, and gave me the impression that he shared some kind of understanding with me that neither of us was to take Lewis too seriously. So he set the stage that he liked Bobby Tripp and he was pleasantly cynical. And the question is about, they tell me that this is the kind of thing that gets hold of middle-class householders every once in a while, Bobby said. But most of them just lie down until the feeling passes. So that passage there, doesn't it make sense that it is best characterized by that description, perhaps? Or any of the description that would be in the paragraph above. Once you have read the question, gone straight to the passage, and read the relevant section in the passage, and had a thorough understanding of what you think the answer should be, and then go back and look at the choices that's given, and it looks like the best match would be a dry humor. Because that's what I can match with pleasantly cynical. Everything else doesn't really match. So that's very good. Thank you for listening. I look forward to seeing you in one of my next videos. Goodbye.